All right, hello everybody, how you guys doing? So today I am really excited to make this video. I'm also kind of nervous because I'm not good at live commentary, so just bear with me here. I wanted to discuss and just tell you guys everything that I have learned from solo quadding so far this year. I just started solo quadding this year because they took out solos and there's been no alternative. I'm a solos player at heart. I don't like stacking, so I wanted to learn. I just figured I might as well learn how to do solo quads. So I want to be talking to you guys about everything that I have learned. And by the way, this is for regular lobbies too. This is not for VPN lobbies. This is not for two boxing. These are regular tryhard lobbies, and I can guarantee you this will work if you master it. So I just wanted to get like the main part out of the way right away, and then I might just ramble for the rest of the video. The most important thing that I have learned about solo quadding is that there's only two circumstances in which you can take a gunfight. If you're undetected, you have to either be undetected, and then we're going to go into when you're detected by the enemy. But your main goal is to always try to be undetected by the enemy. You want to maintain your element of stealth because they have the advantage of having people. So I've formulated some ways that I have been able to maintain my stealth while doing solo quads. The one that you guys just saw is the first one is my favorite one. It's just kind of a good go-to is aim walking. Aim walking, you're going to disable, I mean not disable completely, but you're going to really quiet the sound of your footsteps, and it will allow you to get in closer. Having like a really fast ADS walking speed gun, like with a fast with an aim walking speed gun, I don't know what the stock is called, but there's a stock and an underbarrel that'll allow you to do this faster. Those can be pretty helpful. The next one is, I would say, maybe the most important one. I think that this might be by far the most important one for solo quads, and it's something that I've only learned recently, and I almost feel like stupid as fuck for not doing sooner because it's just that important. And that is baiting a down and repositioning every single time you get a down. Don't get your fulls. Stop trying to get your fulls. That's been my problem. I've been full killing the person on the ground after I down them. You want to stop doing that. Seriously. And the reason is because when you down somebody, I'm telling you right now, in order to wipe a full 4-stack, all it takes is downing one person. And here's the reason. At least if they're dumb. You know, if they're a smart team, then it's going to go a different way, and I'll discuss that. But if they're the average team, you're going to be able to wipe all 4 of them. You know, when I say a good team, I mean like a top 1% team. I mean like even iridescents, some iridescents still fall for this too. So it works against just about any team. So basically what you want to do is get your down. And the reason why you want to do this is because what happens is you actually end up switching the power dynamic in the gunfight to now they have to come to you. People are so dependent on their teammates in this game mode, they don't even know like how to win their gunfights. They will do just about anything to revive their teammate. And so you need to exploit that. So when you get it down, I mean, preferably you have a suppressor on, but you know, you get your one down, and then immediately you back off and you plate up and you reload and you reposition to a point where you can look over the person that's down and that they're not going to get away. And if they are going to get away, then try to have like a precision airstrike ready or a bunker buster ready or something. When you hear their teammates running in to go revive them, then you can bait it. Or then you can trap them. But if they start like crawling away to a point where you can't see them, you either need to reposition again so you can see them, and you want to do it so you're maintaining stealth as well that entire time. You don't want the person that's down to be, you know, hearing you too much or to be live pinging you. If they're looking at you, you need to get out of their view so they're not live pinging you or calming to their teammates. So either reposition entirely or just kill them. Sometimes you're gonna have to kill them because they're far away and they're gonna get away. So in that situation, you're gonna have to kill them. But the majority of the time, you'll just be able to sit right by them and reposition. And you know, sometimes I'll just lay down on the ground and I'll just wait to hear footsteps, and then I'll bait that, and then I'll bait the footsteps, and then I'll bait the next person, and then I'll bait the next person. It is seriously that simple. And at first I felt really ratty doing that because it feels really ratty. It just feels like cheap. But then I thought about it and I'm like, I actually don't feel awful about that because I would never fall for that. I'm a good player and I don't fall for those types of things. I smoke somebody before rezzing them. I always make sure that they've crawled to cover. Well, not always, but if I were to go down in that situation, that would totally be on me, and I'd totally accept that because that's on me for not having them be in a smart spot and me being out in the open or whatever when I'm reviving them. So yeah, I thought about it, and that's how I view it now. It's like really smart players don't fall for that. Like really smart players don't fall for that. So that's the most important thing. Getting back to being undetected on the map, though, is head glitches. That's another one. Head glitches are like really key in quads because it allows you to have maximum visibility while maintaining minimum them having minimum visibility on you, and that is so important. Like that's really key. Another one, I don't know if you guys are seeing this in the video right now, because I'm watching it back. I'm gonna try to sync up the time when I'm talking to what I'm watching in the video. But another one is height. I'm maintaining height right now on these guys. I got specialist bonus. I got the advanced UAV up, and I'm baiting the downs here. And yeah, sometimes I don't bait the downs just because if they're looking at me and like I said, if they're gonna live ping, I'll fool them. But and then yeah, I think I already went over this, but the last one I had on my list is repositioning every single time that you get it down. That is so key. You need to maintain your element of stealth, especially against any sort of semi-decent team, because they're gonna stack on you. So what you need to do is you need to get your down and then reposition into a place where if they start stacking, then you're on like a stair glitch or a head glitch or something nearby where you fry them just for free. A lot of the times people that are stacking are so convinced. I mean, you guys already actually saw it in this video. It was out on the main road after I got specialist, I think, somewhere around there. Anyways, they'll just be stacking, like even wide out in the open, and they don't realize that they're not at an advantage when they're doing that. They're actually at a severe disadvantage. I will wipe you within 2 seconds if you're stacking out in the open. So you need to take advantage of that and reposition when you get your down, and you want to hope for them to stack out in the open, or you want to hope for them to stack going to the person that you have downed so that you can bait them. Anyways, and the only other condition that you can take a gunfight in is when you're detected. So if they know where you are, like right, the team is charging you, they know where you are. The only way that you can take a gunfight in that situation is if you make a trap, and that's why you see me running claymores. I thought that they were cheap as fuck at first. I really did. I hated running claymores because I thought I frowned upon how cheap they are and how easy it is to get a kill and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm solo quadding. Like I'm at a disadvantage. A full team. If you get wiped by me, if a full team gets wiped by me, that's on you. Pretty much no matter what I do. It either means that you're stacking too close or whatever, but like there's no excuse to get wiped by a solo person if you're playing smart and you're playing correct. So that's how I've justified using claymores, is that if I down somebody with a claymore and they rush into the situation, they got 3 guys. They should be able to kill me. So the prox mines and claymores, I really like claymores because you can run them. I mean, prox mines are nice because they go off in all directions, but you can't put them on your loot. So I've just been running claymores. And the other ones that I have for setting a trap for people are, you'll see me a lot of times in my gameplays, I'll be throwing bait shots because I want them to know where I am. And it's because I'm about to set a trap. I'm throwing bait shots because I'm like, oh, look at me, I'm stupid, I'm in a gunfight. And like, hopefully they think I'm a bot or something, just like testing out a gun on the map. And really what I'm doing is I'm setting a trap for them. Sometimes it's claymores, but the other one I have here is a head glitch. Sometimes I'll go, I'll throw bait shots and I'll stare glitch something. There's like I don't know how to describe the part of the map, but I'll throw bait shots over there, and then there's this place that I can stare glitch, and it's like just absolutely perfect, and they run right into it and you can barely see me. And then the other one that I have for trap is just any other unexpected scenario. Oh, wait, actually, I forgot another super important one. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Another one that I have set for trap is I actually use these in combination. I use claymores, but there's a reason why I'm using smoke grenades, is because I use smoke grenades inside of my smoke clouds. So whenever I hear people getting near me, when I want them to know that I'm there, is I'll throw down my smokes, and then I can shoot them through the smoke with my tracker, or just, just disable their aim assist. And if you're a mouse and keyboard player, you obviously know what I'm talking about. But for all the other players out there, one of the most useful tactics I have learned in Call of Duty in the recent years is just, it's basically a free gunfight. Like, you'll basically kill anybody for free when you get good at it. Like, anybody. Like, even a pro, if you get really good at it, is disabling their aim assist with smokes. Controller players, it's a muscle memory thing. It's not that controller players are horrible. It's that when your muscle memory gets thrown off that hard, everything in this game is all about muscle memory. It's about habits. It's about repetitions. And when you lose your aim assist, you lose that muscle memory, and you're aiming completely different. It's almost like switching your sensitivity, or switching your... basically, it's almost like switching your sensitivity right in the middle of a gunfight. It's like, whoa, I did not expect that. And then they start panicking, and then their hands start shaking, and then they can't hit their shots even more. So that's another trap that I like to use, is using my smokes in combination with claymores. And I'm telling you, man, you will 1v4, 1v2, whatever, 1v3, like some of the best teams. I'm not saying like pro teams like top 250 or anything, but you'll 1v4 some pretty fucking good, quote unquote good teams like Iridescents, Crimsons. You can 1v4 them doing that type of stuff. So that's what I really like, and I would actually classify that under my last thing, under unexpected scenario, because they are not expecting their aim assist to get disabled. They're expecting to go into the gunfight, they see somebody throwing bait shots, they think it's just a solo, boom, they get hit with a claymore. Then next thing you know, a smoke grenade goes down. Oh my gosh, I lost my aim assist, and now I'm in a gunfight in a smoke cloud from some person that I can't even see or just barely see. That's good without their aim assist. So it just completely throws them off. It is the best trap in the game, and claymores in combination with smoke grenades and well, it's actually the hunter perk now, but I still like to call it tracker. I would say that's like the best trap in the game. You can 1v2 top 250s with that strategy. Maybe even 1v3, maybe even 1v4. It just depends on the scenario. But I've been actually slamming a lot of people that I never thought that I would be slamming with that tactic. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I really had to talk about. I think you guys saw in the video. I don't know. I wanted to include this gameplay right here because this gameplay is a perfect representation of everything that I've learned. You're going to see me using like every single tactic. Every single tactic that I have talked about in this video, you're going to see me using. You're going to see me aim walking a lot. You're going to be seeing me use my claymores, my smoke grenades, just trying to be undetected. And I'm just going to maybe kind of ramble or whatever for the rest of the video. I don't know. I'm not good at these live comms. I already got the main information out of the way. You guys already learned what you need to learn. So, I guess I'll just ramble. I'm just really proud. I'm so proud of myself for how far I've come with just COD in general, just learning this game. I really take learning this game, I know it sounds stupid, but it sounds really nerdy, dorky, and cringe, but I actually take learning this game like really seriously. I really like being put at disadvantages, like, solo quads and just stuff like that, because I like learning everything about this game and like learning about how to play advantages. And one thing that I have really learned over the years playing this game is there's only so much that you can do, and you really have to be realistic with yourself on how you need to approach your situations. Because when I first started solo quadding, I almost just treated it like it was solos. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go in and just, you know, gun people, and you know, hopefully they won't stack on me. Like, hopefully, like, I just need to avoid stackers. That's really it. Now I'm like, I need to find a way around the stackers. I need to embrace the stackers, and I need to find a way to counter them. And that's what this game is all about. Like, you need to be ready for like any situation that the game throws at you, and you need to come up with a tactic. Not only do you need to come up with a tactic, but you need to make it muscle memory. You need to make it habit. One of the things that has really been helping me lately is private matches, just against bots, just practicing the same things over and over that I want to get good at. And I'm not even kidding you, go into casuals and just practice baiting downs. Even on the bots, yes, even on the bots, practice baiting the downs. And don't kill them, just don't get, like, just sit there. Sit there until they bleed out. And that's how you get this stuff to be muscle memory, is because the reason why you need everything to be muscle memory when you're playing COD is because you have to maintain like a very good reaction time. And if you even have to think, if you have to debate on something for a split second, it actually affects your reaction time, because you're having to think. So the reason why you want to have everything muscle, you don't even want to think about it. You want to do the same thing so many times that you are bored with it. You don't even think about it. And that's really what muscle memory is, and that's really what mastery is, and that's how you're going to master this game, is because you don't have time to think in your gunfights. You don't. Like, you really don't. You have to just do it without thinking. You have to do it like it's tying your shoelaces. Tying your shoelaces is muscle memory. So I highly recommend, at least it should be if you're an adult. I highly recommend going into private matches and casuals and trying this stuff out and just getting reps in. Like, really, like, you have to do it, and you have to not even think about it. At first, it's going to be really hard. At first, you're going to really, you know, be thinking about everything. And at least for me, I think about everything like really deep at first, and I'm confusing myself and stuff. But after I get some reps in, it just becomes like I don't even think about it. It's just easy. And it's just amazing how, like, your perspective on the game, like how you view the game, how you view situations in the game, and how you know, your reaction to situations in the game just completely changes the game. Like, it's just, I love seeing that. I'm like a kid with a toy. Like, I have an input, like something that I do, and then I get an output, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so freaking cool. I mean, that's just life in general, but I really love seeing all the things. Like, there's so many variables in this game that you can manipulate, and you just have to know how to manipulate and what to manipulate and when to manipulate. One of the main thing with quads, the number one thing, well, the number one thing in Call of Duty in general that you have to learn how to manipulate, counter, and just work with is awareness. Awareness is literally the number one problem that I've had in Call of Duty, and it's not that I'm oblivious at all. It's that when you're rushing in COD, sometimes you just, like, you can't, like, you know, you can't be aware. If you're trying to get a high kill gameplay, you don't have time. I mean, you have to push gunfights, and you can't just sit in a room and only. You can't just sit in a room and be like, oh, now I'm safe in here. I know that there's nobody in here. You have to be able to push out, and you have to be able to learn how to deal with that. I should go into that in another video sometime. But another thing that you guys are going to see me doing in like all of my gameplays that really helps out with awareness is shouldering. And at least in the gameplay that I'm watching right now that hopefully I'm syncing up to, I just shouldered. I shoulder like every game, multiple times a game. If you don't know what shouldering is, it's basically just like peeking. You don't aim down sights or anything. All you do is just go around the corner really quick and just gain info on just, you know, what the situation looks like. And you do that so fast that the enemy doesn't even have time to react and shoot bullets a lot of times. I mean, that's the goal, at least, is you do it that fast. So, and you get free information, and information is literally the number one thing that the number one most important thing in every single gunfight is information. I mean, you can't kill what you don't know is there, right? Like, you have to know that they're there. There's multiple ways to learn about somebody's whereabouts. You know, UAVs are obviously the cop-out, like the cheap cop-out. And that's what I relied on for so long, but I've really had, you know, you're not always going to have a UAV, and I've really had to get very creative with my means of gaining info on, like, people, because I feel like it was really hard for me transferring from solos to quads, simply because solos is the hardest to gain info. People do not like making sound cues on there. The reason why quads is, like, honestly almost kind of easier than solos at times is because people aren't really afraid to move around. They're not afraid to run around and make some sound. But in solos, people are camping in their buildings all game, and you won't even know that they're there. And that's another thing that I wanted to say is you guys should really be running the hunter perk. I am telling you right now, that thing, the text that pops up that says enemy nearby is such a game changer. So many times I won't even know somebody's there, and that'll pop up and I'm like, okay, now I need to be quiet, now I need to be stealthy, now I need to shoulder and gain info on this area because I know that somebody's here. And there will be no sounds or anything, and that enemy nearby will pop up, and that will save me so much of the time when normally I would have gotten killed. And honestly, I think that should have been I guess I can't really remember the history of Warzone, but I remember you used to be able to counter that with cold-blooded, and in my opinion, you should never ever be able to counter that because there needs to be like a counter for almost everything, right? Like camping, and it should just come down to skill. It shouldn't just come down to somebody being able to camp. It should come down to them outplaying you and them outthinking you, not just camping in a corner and that's how you win the gunfight. Like, as long as you're in within 30 meters of cover, this at least I think that's the distance, this enemy nearby will be working, and it'll save your ass so many times. Like, you know, another cheap cop-out is Art is War. That's a huge cheap cop-out, and I don't really respect it. I mean, I can't say I would probably use it if I had it, okay? Because it's just such a good advantage. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would use it if I had it, but I also don't really respect it at the same time. It's just kind of a whole can of worms right there. Like, yeah. Art is War is very overpowered, and it's basically kind of like a cheap cop-out, like an advanced UAV. Like, you can pretty much get away with things that you would not be, like, you would just never be able to get away with that, playing with my setup. The people that play with Art is War, you simply couldn't do a lot of the things that you do on my setup. So that's another thing that I kind of like about my shitty setup, though, is that it forces me to get creative. Like, if I had Art is War, I would just, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, a lot of them just aren't really that creative, I feel like, with their gunfights, like, because they don't have to outthink the situation. They just already have the advantage right there. The only thing that matters in Call of Duty is maintaining an advantage over your enemy. And the primary advantage, the main advantage that you need to have the focus on is that awareness aspect. So they already have it. They already have the ultimate awareness right there. It's almost like wall hacks with how good their sound is. So it doesn't really force you to get creative when you don't need to struggle. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like life in general. Like, you're not going to build muscle if you're not forced to struggle with things. So I've had to struggle a lot with my awareness, and I've had to get really creative, and I've had to find workarounds for ways that I maintain my awareness, but also how I gain my awareness. I feel like a lot of the times you're just not going to see those people with Art is War shouldering gunfights and stuff like that, when you need to do that. You need to do that on console. If you're on console, or if you just don't have Art is War, in order to be more successful, you need to be shouldering. You need to get good at that and just maintaining and gaining awareness. Like, I don't know. This has been like one of the worst years for awareness, considering that they nerfed the UAVs into the ground and all that. All right, gotta go. Peace.